Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Claudia from the Bookkeeping Experts coming back with one more tutorial. As many of you know, I've been a bookkeeper for a long time and people come up to me with all kinds of questions. Today, we're going to talk about a popular one, and that is invoicing. We're going to talk about how to create an invoice, how to customize, record the payment, and record deposits and match it in banking. So that's the workflow of QuickBooks Online. Without much further ado, here we go. Okay, we are going to join us in QuickBooks. Okay, here's our sample page, or sample company, the Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. So let me move myself a little further to the side here. I'm gonna be on your way. All right, okay. All right, so first of all, why do we use invoice instead of sales receipt? Well, when you have to bill a customer, so you want to send a customer bill for services provided, you invoice the customer. If the customer already paid for that, use the sales receipt. Now, what is the workflow in QuickBooks, and why do we have a workflow? All right, for invoices, we have an extra step. So first, we open up an invoice, we send it to our customers, the customer pay us. If it's done through QuickBooks Online, it will automatically generate a payment and a deposit. So you just match it in banking. If the customer pays with cash or check or Venmo or PayPal, whatever, another form of payment other than QuickBooks Online, then you want to record the payment and then send it to undeposited funds and then record the deposit. Okay, so that's a lot of instruction without actually showing. So we're actually going to show you how to do it. All right. Okay. So first of all, the left-hand side, plus menu, plus new. Now remember to change your view. If you are on business view, change it to accounting view so you can be familiar with the interface of QuickBooks Online. If not, everything's gonna look different. It might be a little hard for you to keep up with us. So plus new on the top left hand side, and right on the first column, see invoicing. That's the first option right here. All right, so I'm just gonna select the customer. Okay, it's gonna populate with an email address. You can design the terms. You know, I like to do on receipt, so I provide the service, customer pay right away. That's the way to go. Yay! Okay, we're gonna select a design and $75. I like it. Everything looks good here. There is no sales tax because this is service only, so there's no sales tax for that. So everything looks good here. So what I'm gonna do here is just save or save and send. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and save and send because I need to send it to my client. Okay, so this is how the invoice is supposed to look like. Okay, now if you want to change the way the invoice looks, you can. On the bottom of the page, you see more here. Okay, on the black side says more. Go ahead and click there. Oh, right next to more customized. Sorry. So it's on standard, but we can click on edit current or new style. So if I'm gonna edit current, this is what you're gonna get. Okay, you can change enter the logo. You can go into the template and maybe make changes to the font and things like that. Okay, and this is a few more things that you can change on the email template. So you can change that. So this is what's going to show up to every time you send an invoice to your client, but you can change that. So all right, so those are the things you can customize. All right, I'm going to click on done because oh no, let's go back to that invoice. Okay, all right, let's select it again. Amy Sanctuary, due on receipt, and I'm not gonna choose a service date, just like that. Okay, perfect. If you want one more thing, if you want to customize into a brand new style, you can click on new style. Oh, it's gonna get out without saving. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so once again, you can change the logo. You can splash some color, just change some colors around. And then if you want to make sure that everything looks fine, you can actually print it out to make sure it looks the way you want it to look. Okay. All right, so when you are ready to add it, begin on the right and just click on the pencil. See that? You can just go ahead and click here. When you click here, it's going to show up. You can change the business name if for some reason it's different than the name that you have in QuickBooks. And you can even change the name of the form. Here is Invoice. You can name it something else. If bill, not bill, because this is, well, it's a bill for your customer, whatever it is. But you can change that if you want to. Okay, and there's 3 parts actually. Let's go back there. So you can change the first part, the second part, how it looks. Okay, you can include a description here, or exclude it. See that? Or this is excluded. Or you can change the bottom part as well. So instead of saying thank you for your business, have a great day, you can say something else. It's been a pleasure doing business with your company. We look forward for the next opportunity. Whatever you want to say, so you can change that. You can add a little footer to the text, maybe. I don't know, even a little note to your client, or okay. And then here is the email, how it looks. Same thing as the other side. So you can change the subject, you can change the wording over here. This is a template anyway, so you can change the wording, whatever works for you. And then this will be changed to every subsequent customer. Okay. If I choose Amy Sanctuary, I can come up with a brand new invoice, but I see there is a billable time in here, so I can actually add that to the invoice. So if you've seen billable expenses, okay, so this has to do with billable expenses. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link here. You can see how billable expense works. If not, you're gonna do what I was going to do before, right? Just select the product and service and how much is going to be, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is saying that it's design 5 hours, $375. It's billable. It says billable expense means that we accrue a charge on behalf of this customer, or I'm sorry, we provided a service for this customer and hasn't been billed yet, so we're gonna bill it now. 5 hours, right? Billable time. All right. Okay, so everything looks good here. We're just gonna go ahead and save and send. All right. So remember, I didn't change anything on mine, but I can change it here too. So if everything looks good here and you like it, you can go ahead and save and close. If you don't like it, you can make a few changes here and there and send and close, or send a new, whatever you prefer. And we send it. Okay, of course, this is not a real account. This is just Craig's Design Landscaping, so it's not a real account. So it's not gonna send it to the customer. All right. So next step, we recorded the invoice. Customer paid right away. Yay, that's the way we like it. So now we're going to record a payment. So we have different ways to do it. We can go into sales, go into invoice, and find the latest invoice here for, let's see, the newest. Okay, Amy Sanctuary, see here? Yay! We can do it through here, receive payment, or click on the arrow and send the invoice again, but we can receive payment right here. Okay, or we can click plus new and receive payment. There's so many ways to record receive payment in QuickBooks. They want to make it as easy as possible. Okay, so we're gonna do it through here, plus new, receive payment. When I receive this feature, I will just put my customer name here, Amy Sanctuary, and it's gonna show up all the invoices that I have for this client. So the client is paying this invoice, so we're gonna go ahead and select this one. Now, one thing that is very important is that I'm going to record this payment to undeposited funds. Why, Claudia? Why do I have to have this extra step? The reason why we do that is just a safety method from QuickBooks Online, so that in case you duplicate your payment, it's not going to go to your income statement. It's going to go to undeposited funds, which is a balance sheet account. Of course, you don't want to leave anything on the balance sheet under undeposited funds, but at least it's not going to mess up your income if you're duplicating, if you're not matching your invoices, your deposits, I should say, in banking, right? Remember that if you're recording an invoice in QuickBooks Online, you will need to match it in banking. If you just edit and then when you see that the transaction cleared in bank, if you just add as sales without matching, you are duplicating your income, therefore increasing your tax liability. That's a no-no. We don't want that. Okay. All right. So here it is. We matched to the invoice. We recorded the payment is going to undeposited funds. And save and close. Oh, take a look at the date. When you record the payment, make sure that the date is correct. The date is correct here. It's today's date. Oh, okay. Save and close. All right. Is it over? No. Okay. Recorded the payment. Went to undeposited funds. Now we need to record the deposit. So what I said here when I recorded the payment is that I received the payment, but I have not deposited into the bank. Now we deposited in the bank, so we know exactly which bank it is. So we're gonna click on the plus new, and we're gonna click on bank deposit. All undeposited funds are found in here. So let's suppose that I'm holding to all these payments here, and I'm paying them. I'm depositing them all together. So I'm gonna click all the 3 transactions. And my deposit in the bank was $2,437.52. Keep in mind that when you record the deposit, it has to match with whatever happened in the bank. If you deposit a bunch of checks together, you gotta record this deposit, or gotta select all these payments together so it can match in banking. Okay, this will guarantee more accuracy of your books. So you do need to make sure that this number here, can you see it? This number here will match whatever was deposited in banking, and this date here, it is when it was recorded, or I'm sorry, deposited in the bank as well. So the date, very important. The bank that is being deposited is very important, because if you end up depositing on a different bank account, then you're not going to find it. So interesting thing is that a lot of the mistakes that my clients do is that if they receive cash, for instance, they record the payment to checking, but they never deposit in checking. So when you reconcile your checking account, you're like, oh, that doesn't match. What's going on here? Oh yeah, I received the payment, but I actually use it. I even pay my employees. But I didn't record anything. Okay, so you gotta record it, and you gotta send it to the right account. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. I'm good. Okay, so in this case, we are just going to record one payment, not everything. Check the date, check the bank account, and I got everything right. So I'm just gonna save new. And then I have more payments to record, which is those two, right? The cool cars. Now let's suppose that those two are paid together. Okay, so one way for us to make our lives easier, I found, is to duplicate the page so that you can go into different tabs. So if you bring your mouse all the way to the top, right click on it and click on duplicate, you have two pages. So you can go back and forth, right? Right here is going to populate with my last one, but what I can have here is my bank transactions to verify what happened in banking. And then on the other page, I have all my undeposited funds. This way I can match whatever happened. So I can try to find, for instance, this transaction here on June 30th for $16.75. Okay. I don't see it here because this, like I said, it is, okay, let's see. It's not here. Okay, this is actually a simple company, so it's not going to be here. All right, so this is how you record the deposit, right? And once you want to make sure that this undeposited funds is completely empty at the end when everything is being deposited. So don't leave anything under undeposited funds, like I said. So very important to be able to record that. So save and new. Okay, but of course you're not going to record if the money was not deposited. Oh yeah, by the way, you want to make sure you take a look at the date here and put the right date. Okay, this was deposited on the 30th. This is when save. Oh, by the way, you can click on the arrow on the bottom, save and new, or save and close once you're done. Okay, voila. All right, I have my transactions in here. Now, like I said, those transactions that I just accepted, it's a simple company. It's not going to have here exactly, but I'm just going to match another transaction that has a different amount, but that has the entire workflow here. So finally, you find that transaction, everything looks good. If you want to find out if this is really true, you can click on the number. It's going to open up the transaction. Click on the deposit. You take a look at the date of the deposit. That's very important. And then you can click on the blue. It's going to open up the deposit. And you can check, okay, oh yeah, this is right. Okay, this looks great. All right, yay. And then, okay, match. When I am matching, it means that I am not duplicating this transaction. Okay, so keep in mind that you always want to match deposit. If you see just a payment, I would advise you not to, so that you can have consistency in what you're doing. And I'm going to show you what happened. Once you match those transactions, we'll click on categorize. Those are the transactions that you accepted. Okay, so see that the income transaction says matched. If you just add a payment, so match a payment, this is going to look a little different. Let's see. Oh, it's matched to the payment, so we're good. But look at it. It's going to look a little different because it's not going to say deposit. It's going to say a payment. Now, if it is just a single payment, it's okay. Right? You can, but I would avoid. I always like to, unless it's a ACH or something like that, for sure it's the client, and yeah, you can send the payment straight to the bank. But the workflow with the invoice is the following: invoice, record the payment when you receive it and send it to undeposited funds. Then record the deposit from undeposited funds to the bank that was deposited. Then match it in banking. So that's the workflow for invoice, right? Okay. All right. So that's the entire workflow for invoices. I hope you like this video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. subscribe to our channel. We're going to come back with tutorials like that, free tutorials like that on a constant basis. So if you want to stay up to date with what's going on with QuickBooks Online, make sure you subscribe to our channel and support our channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video and stay up to date with your accounting, with your financials, with your company. I always talk about, knowing what's going on with your business finances is essential to your success. If you want to know where you stand or where you're located in your map, so you can have a direction on where to go, you need to know your finances. You need to stay up to date, not just get the numbers ready for your CPA at the end of the year or beginning of the year, or maybe like in March right before everything is closing, and just send it to your CPA rush, not even knowing if the books are right or not. So do it before. Take your time. Understand your books, and make sure you check your financials to see where you stand. We have other videos on profit and loss and balance sheet, and the financials, explaining how it works, how to understand your business, where you're standing at this point. So watch them. Stay up to date. If you have a question, just go ahead and write down below. We're going to go ahead and cover different subjects. So if you want us to cover a specific subject, write down below. We'll make sure that we cover that for you. Once again, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you again next time. But until next time, keep on smiling.